Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's the Scorpion with Mikkel, and this is our first Scorpion Show video on the, I'm about to call it iMac, but it's not, on the MacBook Pro. And I am very excited because that means, we're going to have more graphics and things like that on the show, and not just me throwing the video up on YouTube like I used to do. And a lot of you guys remember earlier this week there was some drama with the Scorpion Show.
Drama with who? Not with me.
There was drama on the Scorpion Show.
Where was I at? On vacation?
And again, I want to apologize to Mikkel on camera because it was a hot-ass mess last week on Block TV. I was over the top, and like I told Mikkel, I will try to never get like that again. I can't promise that I won't have a drink on Block TV.
He won't get like that, though.
But
he can have a drink on Block TV as long as he knows to control himself.
I was gone.
But can I say this? I think both of us equally, we want to thank Michelle Williams for stepping in and intervening. Because who would have thought that a big time celebrity like Michelle Williams would have time or to even think about what we two were arguing about?
Mm-hmm.
But she called the both of us and listened to the both of us, what we both had to say. And she didn't pass any judgments. She didn't say, well, you're wrong or he's wrong. She just listened. And she gave her advice and said, the two of you will be just fine.
Yep.
And she was right. So,
thank you so much. And I want to address some people that was upset. And let me tell y'all one thing. If Michelle hadn't called, I wouldn't have cared how many messages y'all would have sent me. It just would have been over. Like, I didn't care. But it was her just calling, and I was like, I just can't say what the fuck you want and hang up and stuff like that. I couldn't do that, so, I had to listen, even though I was very upset, and I told her what was going on, and she just made me feel better about the whole situation, and, it's not to say that none of y'all could ever, but at that time, it was her, and not you guys, so I don't want you guys to feel, upset with me, even though some of you guys were, because I was reading those comments. But on to a more serious topic before we talk about the Housewives of Atlanta. We are going to talk about Professor Gates and Sergeant Crowley of the Cambridge Police Department in Massachusetts. And there was a big controversy going on about him. Professor Gates being arrested at his own house, even though he had proof that it was his house. And Barack Obama spoke, and he said, he don't know what really went on, but, the Cambridge Police Department acted stupidly. And, if you pay attention to CNN like Scorpion Mikkel, you know that the police department condemned Obama for what he had to say. And, Barack Obama felt bad, so he apologized, and he offered them to have beer at the White House and talk about what happened.
The arresting officer and the professor.
Yes. The professor and
the officer. Who arrested him.
And they had beer at the White House yesterday, which everyone kept calling the Beer Summit. But let's talk about what happened, for those who don't know what happened. Okay. The professor comes home after a long trip from China, notices he can't get in the house. He goes around to the back, and he breaks into the house. And he still couldn't open the front door because he was, saying that somebody must have been trying to break into his house already. So what he did was he got the driver to come through the back and to force open the door. A neighbor sees what's going on. The neighbor calls the cops. After they call the cops, the guy is on the phone. The professor's on the phone with the, what school he works for? Harvard. Letting them know that, something's wrong with the house and to send some maintenance people out. And while he's on the phone with them, the cop comes to see what was the problem. And the cop is like, well, I guess I want you to come out the house. And he's like, oh, is it because... Then Professor Gates was like, why? Because I'm a black man in America. And then I guess the officer went in the house without permission. Gates shows the ID and everything. And I can't believe I remember all this.
Actually, well, you're kind of... Well, no, you're kind of saying it... You're saying things right, but you're kind of saying it not in the order that it happened. But I'll let you finish.
Okay. So he shows the ID, both IDs, the Harvard ID and his ID to show that it's his house. And then, I guess the officer goes outside and he follows the officer outside. And once he gets outside, I guess they argue again and he gets arrested for disorderly conduct. Now, Mikel, how do you feel about this situation?
Well, first, let's just say this. I just want to start here. When I heard the story, I was trying to figure out, could it be a racial thing? Of course, in my mind, I kind of thought that it was. Then, as the story started to progress and more information started to come out, I realized in my mind that it wasn't racial. One key element that helped me to believe this is when they released the 911 transcript. The woman who called 911 never said that it was a black man breaking into the house. As a matter of fact, she never said what color the man was. All she said was there's a man breaking into a house. So for those of you out there, the police never knew what color the man was when they were on their way to the house. Secondly, Professor Gates was not arrested because he was breaking into the house, because the police gave him a chance to prove that it was his house, and that he did. He was arrested because, like Kevin said, he followed the police officer outside and continued to call or to continue to make it a racial thing. The police officer gave him a chance to be quiet, and he did not. So that's why they arrested him for disorderly conduct. One, why is it that every time a white cop arrests a black man, it has to be racial? Me, I said this on Twitter yesterday. I feel sorry for the decent white cops in America, because there are decent white cops. I feel sorry for them. Why? Because anytime they arrest a black man, of course, automatically, it's going to be because I'm black. Can I just share a story with you real quick? I was stopped by the police on 4 different occasions in almost the past year. Different months. 4 different occasions. On 3 of those occasions, they were all by white cops, and on the last, it was by a black officer. Every occasion that I was stopped, Mikel, broke the law, and I was caught by the police officers. I broke the law. I did. But the first 3 occasions, all 3 of those white cops let me go. All 3 of them let me go. I had 2 of them tell me, if you tell me what you did wrong, we are going to let you go. And that's what they did. Do you know that the 4th time I was stopped was by the black guy, and that black cop gave me a ticket? Now, was the black guy being racist because he gave me a ticket? No. Do you kind of get the point that I'm trying to make? I was stopped 4 times by 3 white cops and 1 black guy, but yet I got the ticket with the black guy. I had more sympathy with the white guys than I did the black guy. And like I said, on all 4 occasions, I did break the law. You can't run a stop sign in the city of Philadelphia. You can't do that. You just can't do that. You cannot drive past a red light in the city of Philadelphia. You can't do that anywhere. And that's what I did.
But why would you do it 4 times?
Well, when I'm driving, no, it wasn't 4 times like back to back. It was like, when you don't drive. So a lot of people out there, when you drive, and sometimes you can be listening to something and your mind just goes, or you could be driving and daydreaming, and your mind can just go somewhere, and then you completely forgot that, oh my God, that was the stop sign. And then, you remember when you see those flashing lights behind you. You're like, damn, I just ran a stop sign. Why did I do that? But anyway, I digress. Now back to Professor Gates. I don't think that what happened with him was a racial thing. I don't think it at all. I think it's sad that he started yelling at the cop saying, oh, is it because I'm black? Because, first of all, he didn't say anything about you being black. I'm sure you've seen the pictures. There was also a black officer there and a Hispanic officer. It was also, actually, I think it was a Hispanic officer who put the handcuffs on him. You can't, first of all, Professor Gates, you are a man of intelligence, great intelligence. What he did in my book is something that an average Joe or an average Antoine out in the street would have did. Oh, it's because I'm black? And it's like, Professor Gates, you should know better than that. What do you mean, is it because I'm black? He didn't say that he's arresting you because you're black. He's arresting you because you won't shut up. And you know something? We found out, they did some research on CNN. in many states, it is against the law when you can say what you want to say in your house, but once you step outside in the street and do what he does, then your ass gets arrested. And I think that it was a valid arrest. I mean, after you prove,
be quiet.
I don't live here. After he proved to the police officers that was his house, you know what? It should have been the end of it. It should have been the end of it. And then, as we all know, the cops began to leave his house. But what did he do? What did he do? He continued to yell at the cops.
That was stupid.
And can I just say this about President Obama? I don't want to go on and on. I thought President Obama's remarks calling the police thing that they acted stupidly, I thought that was really uncalled for. And I think as the President of the United States, when you're asked something like that, what he should have did was he should have said no comment. But yet he took it a step farther and said, I think they acted stupidly, when the President didn't even know the facts. You didn't know the facts, so how do you know that they acted stupidly? What did they do so stupidly? What did they do? And now when President Obama invited them to the White House yesterday for beer, I was so upset because I kept saying, see, this is what happens when you put your foot in your mouth. Now you have to try to find a way to make everything better. And that's what he did. And you know what? President Obama, you should be ashamed of yourself for saying what you said. What you should have said was no comment. You don't know all the facts, just like the rest of us didn't know.
Because the president shouldn't even been in the situation. Just because he is friend does not mean he should be involved with everything that goes on with his friends. That's why he said that the police acted stupidly, because that's his friend. That's why he said it. So, you know, black people do anything to get on the camera.
I don't live here. Y'all gonna keep hearing me say I don't live here throughout this video.
I'm gonna make sure they get your phone number.
717-515-3232.
I don't know who number that is, but okay.
I'm back. 215.
All right, come on. All right, now go. Get out the camera. I was being nice. Now, let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Nobody up there.
You want to start over? Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, which comes on Bravo at 10 o'clock. Please get out my video talking about that bullshit.
What bullshit?
Talking about Crowley. Don't nobody want to hear about that. You want to let them know you sit in the corner all day and don't work and don't do anything?
CROSKY.
See, this is what happens to our black people, our young black people.
First of all,
where are you
I got
going to
17 credits, and I'm on the 11th grade. I'm going to the 12th next year. I'm supposed to be going to the 11th. I'm going to the 12th next year.
Okay, congratulations.
I'm only 16.
So what you
I'm graduating by the time I'm 17.
But why you ain't working? Why you sitting on the corner all day?
I'm going to Lincoln Tech.
Trade school? Don't go to no trade school.
I actually graduated when I was 17.
I'm going to graduate when I'm 17. My birthday in May.
My birthday is in December. June 14, 2004 is when I graduated.
Well.
But it didn't make me smart.
And what's your point? You still sit on a corner all day.
I go to...
You're not doing anything to better yourself.
High School out in Lancaster, PA.
Oh, you live up there?
Yeah, where the rich people at, But he retarded. He ain't graduate high school.
Nope. I don't have a diploma. No!
You don't got no
diploma. You learn something new every day.
Bitch, I have my diploma. It's sitting right over there on the
I was about to say.
That was my diploma from Strawberry. I go to a Catholic school.
And
I'm smart.
You ain't smart.
Yes, I am. 2 plus 2 equals 4.
Okay, what's 9 times 9 divided by 3?
9 times 9 divided by 3. 9 times 9 is 81 divided by 3. Medic!
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't crap me out. Even put me on y'all video, they gonna like me. Why?
Anyway.
This ain't my dick.
Which is so small.
This is why. Wait, can I just digest the food? This is why, for those of you that keep asking me, this is why I say I don't live here. Y'all get it now? Oh, okay.
People try so hard to get on the show, and I gotta tell you a little tidbit after this video goes off.
Okay.
Okay, look at them thinking. What y'all think about? What the fuck y'all think about? Okay, now back to the Desperate Housewives. The Real House.
Yes! Because they all know that, right? They're all desperate.
Yes. To get out of foreclosure, bitch. Do all this stupid shit on camera. Now, the first person I need to dig in somebody's ass is Shrek. Because...
Donkey from Shrek. Because that's what she looks like. Donkey from Shrek. No, I said it last night on Twitter. Shrek looks like Donkey from Shrek, and Candy looks like Sonic the Hedgehog.
You are so mean.
But isn't it true? When you look at him, Shrek Candy do look
like Sonic. But I don't want to call her no donkey now.
I said Sheree. That's long snout.
No. Mikhail has been... Sheree, I ain't say nothing, but I did light you up on Twitter because... Okay, look. Now, we know Nene... I don't know Nene's situation, but she got a new house. The house looked real nice. It looked bigger than the last house.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm like, okay, fine. So then we get to Sheree. This bitch house is full of clothes. Talking about Bob Whitfield. Bob Whitfield ain't paid the mortgage on the house that she was staying there.
And she said for 19 months she never knew that he wasn't paying.
Excuse me. You're an independent woman. Yes. How you don't know what the hell is going on with your household and making sure that all the bills are paid and you relying on another man, but yet you this strong black woman. To me, I think you just need some. That's why you so mean. Just go get some.
She's mad that he's with another woman.
Yes, go get some dick, girl.
Now,
wait.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait. Then, when she was saying that he ain't make child support payments for 19 months.
Oh, yeah, that's what she said.
I'm like, child, I don't even care, because, bitch, then you have a party last year, she by Sheree, and Bob Whitfield was there, and you could have put his ass on blast on Bravo TV. Yeah. I don't know why he's here, because he hadn't paid child support. She should have let his ass if she didn't care then.
And she knew then that he wasn't paying it.
So why should we care now?
Because how you come and start counting on 19 months? So you knew that he wasn't paying it.
And then what made me mad is now she's complaining about no child support payments, but she's throwing an independent woman party, a divorce party. Now, if you really need this money, why'd you sit here on camera complaining about him not paying child support? That money should be going towards your children or their college fund since you don't have any money, not to no lavish party that you're trying to throw.
And trying to enter in on a helicopter.
Yes, and I was so mad. I'm like, girl, I don't even feel sorry for you.
Yes.
How should I feel sorry talking about he didn't make sure his kids had somewhere to go?
And then you talking about a lavish party.
And then I really would have felt sorry for her if she went from a mansion to a 2-bedroom apartment.
But she was still
yes.
Because wait a minute. I was watching it when she was moving in, and I'm saying to myself, well, how did she downsize? I mean, that house is nice as shit. The kitchen was nice. Everything was fucking nice. From the outside, it looked very small. But in the inside, it was just so nice. And I'm thinking, like, come on, Sheree.
Trying to give you this little side story.
Yeah, I mean, people like us would love to have a house like this.
Yes.
Like, what?
Oh, my God.
She had the nerves to give you that picture. Yeah, I had to downsize. Bitch, it looked like you upgraded.
And you got $1 million settlement. You should be happy with that. Damn, she still want more money. Okay. So she's not happy.
A mess. Just
go find a man, Sheree.
Yes.
Damn.
And leave him alone because he don't want you no more.
Okay, now let's talk about Kim. Kim just need to be the white girl. She just need to be eliminated off the show.
You know what? My boo kept saying this last night when we were on the phone together. My boo kept saying, "What is that on her head?
That wig is horrible.
That wig is like, it looks like a blonde Cocker Spaniel is sitting on the top of her head." Okay? First of all, every 5 minutes she got the dog shaped in some type of way. Like, Kim, let it go.
Mm-hmm. First she wanted to be a singer. Now she's going to Empire Beauty School to learn about wigs.
Yeah, but she doesn't even want to. But how can you try to learn about wigs and hair when you don't even want to pay attention in class?
It's just like a mess.
First of all, anybody in their right mind that wants their wig done, when they go to Kim and see how her wig is done, I would turn the other way. First of all, she got too much on her head. Then she looks plastic to me.
Let me tell you about Kim. She has so much money that she don't know what to do.
She does not know. First of all, you can tell she got money and don't know what to do with it. Anytime you walking around with that hot pink jacket on in Atlanta driving a white Bentley, like, girl, where are your prices? Then she goes to that old lady for psychic. That old lady don't know what the hell she's talking about. She's only telling you what you want to hear. That's basically what the old lady's doing.
I could tell her what she needs to know.
You know, the old lady got her hand. Yeah, well, I see that you're going to be in business. Oh, child, please.
And you having a baby.
Yeah.
How's she going to get pregnant? She ain't fucking nobody. And why? Why are you a housewife if you don't have a husband? Candy's not even married, right?
Yes.
How are we gonna call her a housewife? And she's a fool.
Well, since she's involved, since she's engaged.
Child.
But you know her mother, when she said her mom don't like the fiance, her mom got good intentions, because it's not because he just has 6 kids. It's also because he doesn't take care of his 6 kids.
Now she said that he do take care of 6 kids.
Yeah, she's saying that because she wants to be with him. That's why she's saying it.
But I don't know why. Yeah. I mean, he did look like a nice family man, but
he does like a nice
kids.
He does look like a nice family man.
And then her daughter is not even happy about it.
Her daughter's fresh to me.
Like,
my boo didn't think she was fresh, but I thought she was fresh. I thought the daughter was very fresh. I mean,
she's been around grown up people. She's not around children.
She's telling her,
so she's going to be able to be opinionated. She's going to have her own mind. Yeah, that's why she said, "I'm not talking to a child. I'm talking to a young adult."
And anytime a mother says that, the mother needs to be looked at, because no. I don't care what kind of relationship you have with your children. That is still
and that's child. How you end up on Maury.
Yeah, and that's how you end up on Maury, or my kid's out of control. Because you know why your child's out of control? Because a few years ago when she was 9, you were saying I'm talking to a young adult. No. You're still talking to a child, okay?
Nene. See, I really couldn't talk bad about Nene because
Nene's phony.
Ghetto fabulous.
But she's fake and phony. Fabulous. She's fake and phony, and I know it's a lot of y'all saying amen because she's fake and phony. Come on, Nene. You know what, Nene?
I think that her argument with Candy, that was planned just to get people to watch the show.
Yeah.
Because Candy got a YouTube video and they were sitting there being girlfriends on that video.
But see, that's what I understand. Nene goes on that radio show and she's arguing with Candy. Mm-hmm. Then she goes on Wendy Williams and she says, oh, she's not friends with any of them. Then she's on another radio show saying that she's not friends with any of them. Then last night she's, Sheree, me and you are girlfriends. You know that. Girl, stop being fake and phony. Come on with the. First of all, you're too big to be fake and phony.
Oh no,
you're too big. You're too big to be.
I
fake
like
and phony.
Nene's size.
I mean, no. Don't get me wrong. She has a nice size, but then when you start being fake and phony like that, it makes you bigger, and you don't want to be bigger.
Well, I love you, Nene. But if there's one,
can I ask a question?
There's nothing I can change about
wait a minute. Can I ask you a question? I thought last season she was looking for her dad. Isn't that the guy she's with?
It's no.
Isn't that the guy she's with?
Mikhail tried it.
I mean, hello. Last night I kept saying to myself, doesn't he look like he can be her father, her husband? He just looks like he has. You know what? Her husband looks like a sugar daddy. He looks like a sugar daddy. When they were playing pool and she was standing next to him, I said, they do not look like they sleep in a bed together. It just looks like she takes his money and just go.
I don't know. Maybe I think he's very mature. You know.
Yeah, he is very mature. That's why I don't understand why he's with her. Why?
Because love. Now let's talk about Lisa. Lisa to me is an instigator. And she she probably got black in her, but I think she tries too hard to be that ghetto project bitch, you know. And I don't like her. I just don't. And she's acting like she don't have other children. Because you know she got children by Keith Sweat. And I wrote her on Twitter last night and said, how dare you act like you don't have any other children? Yeah, talking about that time clock is ticking and just acknowledging that one child. That's a mess.
But wait, the crazy part about it is that a lot of people last season did not know that Lisa had other children.
I didn't
Why
even know.
Didn't they know that? Because Lisa was trying to make like that pregnancy was her first time pregnant. Now, don't she got like 3 kids with Keith Sweat?
2 or 3 kids.
Like 2 or 3 kids, and he takes care of the kids. Lisa, you have not even mentioned any of those kids, not once.
Well, maybe she wasn't supposed to. I don't know.
But you know, it's usually the women bashing the men about the men not being good fathers, but yet you have this woman who doesn't even acknowledge her other kids with her ex-husband. But then last season when she was pregnant with this baby, she tried to act as if this was her first time being pregnant when you have 2 almost teenage kids.
Are they teenagers?
They're not teenagers, but they're like 10 and like 11 or 9 or something like that. Like they're big kids. Like, hello, like they're not like 2 and 3 and 4. They're like 9 and 10. Like Lisa.
All right.
Madison, don't come here starting with her, Madison. Why would you do that?
No, get out of here with that. I ain't trying to hear no crying. Bye. Trying to hear that. So let's talk about. Wait a minute. We forgot the fight with Sheree got into the argument with the guy.
Wait a minute. Okay. Can I just say that? Okay, so wait a minute. So, all right.
Because that's what really, that's what really started the drama.
Okay, so when Sheree first met with the party planners, the 2 party planners, I did not even think that the guy was gay. I didn't think he was gay when she first met with him.
Please, in Atlanta.
Okay, yeah, you're right. But I've never been to Atlanta.
Gay Atlanta, excuse me.
So I didn't think that he was gay.
Ain't nobody going outside.
Then all of a sudden, when they got into their argument and he started saying, Miss Thing, I was like, whoa, where did that come from? He got an alter ego. I mean, he went off on Sheree in that office. Me and my boo were on the phone together, and was it us, or was it me and my boo, or did that argument look kind of staged?
It was staged, because Sheree kept looking into the camera.
And even the guy, he kept looking at the camera, and at one point, it looked like Sheree was smiling. At one point, it looked like Sheree was smiling. I was thinking, like, what? I mean, it was good entertainment, but it just looked like it was too forced.
Now, if it was true, Sheree has every right to be upset, because if you're paying somebody your money, you want to be involved in what the hell is going on, and not just want him to just throw it all together like, this is what I got, and then you be upset. Just like she was upset when the people messed up her dress, and she had to throw a fashion show with no designs, which I think was still kind of tacky, because she still could have threw it together, and, you know, just act like it was nothing wrong with the dress and shit. But, you know, it was just a mess. It looked staged to me, and I was happy to see some type of drama.
I was in Sheree's corner 110% when she said, how are you going to have a poet doing poetry about my life when they haven't even talked to me?
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. Like, how can you? And he's trying to run around the question like, oh, well, you know, I told so-and-so to call you. I thought so-and-so called. No, so-and-so did not call me. You're the party planner. No, how you going to have your assistant call?
Who hooked Sheree up with this party planner? And why you going to use the same event planner that did just She by Sheree thing?
I don't know who hooked her up with the party planner. I don't know what's going on in Atlanta with the Housewives.
I'm about to do something.
Do you not see us doing something?
Move!
Well, why are you talking so loud?
You're not taking no bike out at 8:30 at night.
Nobody's going outside.
It's dark outside. I'm not trying to go outside with the
I'm
bike.
not trying to hear that move.
I don't live here.
Now, let's talk about Eminem and Mariah Carey.
Oh, my God.
Eminem lit Mariah Carey up so bad that I had to send Mariah Carey a tweet that said, girl,
it'll be all right. Everything's going to be all right.
I said, are you going to respond now?
She better not respond.
Oh, because, you know, Eminem is going to like.
Because I'm going to see pictures I ain't think I'd ever see if she responds. Let me tell you something.
I mean, what haven't you already seen by Mariah Carey?
Wait, on my way here, we were listening to it on the radio in the car on my way here. He went off on Mariah from her alcoholism to her freakinism to her nastinism to her flat assnism to her fake boobism to her tattooisms. I mean, he went off on her.
And where he climaxed on her and
climaxed on her stomachnism. I mean, he told everything. He had the nerves to say, and I dare you to say it ain't true. I was like, oh, yes!
Well, this will probably help Mariah with her album sales now.
Maybe it will.
They're going to drop
Maybe it will.
Because, you know, if she go on 106 & Park and Terrence and Roxy don't ask her about this
they're
situation,
not going to ask her.
They some punks.
They're not going to ask her.
Any radio station that interviews Mariah Carey needs to ask her about Eminem.
Mariah Carey, 106 & Park.
What you going to say, walk off the stage?
Mariah Carey has that power.
She could walk
That's
off.
Mariah Carey.
She's known to hang up on people. She's known to hang up on people. Wendy Williams, I would love for you to try to get Mariah on your show. I know you're going to be talking about that on Monday because Fridays aren't live for those who don't know. But Wendy Williams, I hope you get on top
Friday's
of that.
not live for any show.
Yeah. And I hate that because a lot of big stuff happen on Thursday and you be waiting for the View to sit around that table.
I was watching the View today and it was so boring. I was like, oh.
Because they ain't talking about nothing.
I was like, oh, why is it always boring when I'm off of work? But when I am at work, it's always hot and juicy.
Well, you can watch Lester 9-4.
Yeah, but I be forgetting. Like, I just be forgetting. I know that. I just be forgetting. But
yeah. Now you saying that Beyonce.
Oh yes.
As the #1 concert in the country.
Beyonce. For those of you that don't like Beyonce,
it's over with, and now that you're in Vegas.
What?
I said it's over with. The tour is over with.
No, the tour's not over.
Okay. This is what Beyonce said at the show when I went last Friday. This is the final show in America, I guess, with the B stage and everything. Because I don't know what's going on in Vegas.
I was about to say, well, then that. Because in Vegas, it's different. Mm-hmm. It's a whole different setup. Because, you know, in Vegas, it's not an arena. It's in an auditorium. So it's much smaller. It's only like 1,000 people who can actually attend the show.
I'm surprised that nobody is on this. Like, what? It's like this is the first time, like, Beyonce does something real big and no one has any information.
Well, you know, because a lot of people say that they're tired of Beyonce, so that's okay. It's okay.
I'm surprised.
But anyway,
I had to go on Twitter.
Back to what I was saying. Beyonce now has the #1 tour in the country. According to the tour ranking people in AEG, the people who do all that tallying up for stuff like this, Beyonce now has the #1 tour in the country. Beyonce has made over like $46 million from the beginning of her tour since it started back in March, and that's pretty good.
That's beyond pretty good.
That is beyond pretty good. Being as though her tour isn't even over yet, because she still has up until I think November when her last show is. But the only reason I wasn't going to say anything about this, but the only reason why I wanted to say something about it is because I remember just a short few months ago there were people saying that Beyonce couldn't even sell a ticket. And saying that no one was going to her shows. But now she has the #1 show in the country. So the only thing I'm going to say to that is, and then I'm going to get off the subject, is,
This is one thing I got to say, though. Because I'm going to keep it real, and this is what I think might have happened. Because
ooh, I feel like something's ringing. My phone. I think it's my phone. Go ahead.
I went to the show in Jersey last Friday. And where I was sitting at, it was empty. Pretty much that whole top part around the thing was empty. And to me, it's not because I don't think no one is going. I think it's because these internet companies are going buying these tickets and then upcharging people. And people are not buying tickets from their promotions. And that's why it may look like an artist isn't really selling when they are selling. So just because you see empty seats does not mean that
they're not selling.
Because same thing with Janet Jackson. Everybody, Media Takeout, because Media Takeout, Perez Hilton, they were saying that Janet Jackson's not selling, but she sold 80% of her tickets. So it was like, okay, if she's not selling, how the hell is 80% of, all the seats that she sold, y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know.
So, don't take it.
Well, see,
just because you see empty seats, no one is buying.
Yeah. But this all goes back to a few months ago when you and I had this argument when I was saying that Beyonce's doing very well. And people were saying, oh no, that's why she's selling tickets for $20 because she can't sell her concert.
Yeah.
But that's not the truth. And we all know what the truth is. Of course, some of us would like to act as if we don't know what the truth is, but we all know what the truth is. Beyonce was doing the same thing she did with her album when it came out. She had what was it? She had
What are you crying about now?
She had when the CD came out, it was 2. It was the deluxe edition and then the regular edition.
Yeah, but they counted as one, right?
Yeah, well no, because the regular edition didn't have all the songs on it. And that one who didn't have all the songs on it was the cheaper one. And they were doing it because of the economy. And also, that's what they were doing for this show, for this tour. They reserved 1,000 seats.
2,000.
Well, 2,000 seats. And they were charging people $20. Those were for people who could not afford to pay the regular price.
Let me tell you something.
And I thought, can I just say this? I thought that was an excellent idea. And then I started saying to myself, why doesn't all artists do that? All big artists. Why don't they do that? Why don't they do that? I think everybody should do that. Because when I went to the Mary J. Blige and Jay-Z concert last year, and because we bought our tickets the day of the show, we bought tickets all the way at the top for $100. Why are those tickets $100?
You bought them from Ticketmaster?
I don't know where the hell we bought them. No, we bought them from the Wyco. I don't know where the hell we bought them from, but we bought them when we got there at the box office. And they were $100. Thank God we snuck all the way down to the floor. But still, those tickets up there shouldn't be $100. They shouldn't even be close to $100. I just don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, Beyonce, congratulations that you have the #1 tour in the country. Congratulations, girl. Keep doing you. Keep doing you because like we say, or like Kevin said on this show, a hater makes you greater, and they are definitely making you greater, Beyonce. So keep doing you.
And I feel sorry for those who didn't go to the show.
I feel sorry for those who didn't go to the show.
This is what I had to say about that $20 ticket, right? Even though it was empty at the top, and I was in the middle, I was, when I say,
don't do that.
When I say I had the best view in the house, I had the best view in the house because, bitch, I'm in the middle, with nobody there. So when the light shined up, you seen me standing there, dancing and acting a fool. So, and somebody even had the nerve on Twitter to say, "Oh, we seen you up there. We couldn't help but see you."
Oh.
You know. So I loved it. $20. Even though I ain't paid $20 for my ticket, I paid $50. It was still good, and I could see everything, and I enjoyed myself.
And you got the same feeling you did from the Philly show.
You know what? I got a chance to enjoy the show a little bit better because I didn't have the camera in my hand and I wasn't recording. Yeah. And Jersey, y'all need, when Beyonce tell y'all to scream, y'all need to scream. She should not have to tell y'all.
Because she didn't have to do that with us. She don't do that with us. And the crazy thing about it is that I tell people about this all the time. When Beyonce comes to Philly, it's like it's coming to Philly. Fire. Because it's not every day that you have somebody big like Beyonce coming to Philadelphia. As a lot of y'all may think that Philly's just we're not New York City. New York City has those people coming to them every day. We don't get that. So when Beyonce comes to Philly, we go all out for her. And like I said, somebody told me on Twitter one day, "Oh, I heard that Philly was the bomb." You damn right. Because we go crazy with Beyonce. Yes.
I haven't posted some, but I will post some.
Yeah, it's not even, and I tell people this all the time. If you want to enjoy yourself at a big concert, not even Beyonce's, but a Jay-Z concert, something like, especially a Jay-Z concert, because I've been to a Jay-Z concert, and Jay-Z is the truth on stage. If you want to go to somebody like Beyonce and Jay-Z's concert, come to Philly.
I want to show Mad Love.
We show Mad Love. We show Mad Love.
This is how I had to close this video. If you live in the Atlanta area, there will be a sweet and greet with all your favorite YouTubers. That includes, I wish I could say me and Mikkel, but it includes myself. It includes Blue Eyed Simba, Alonzo Larone, who's doing his thing. I want to say you're doing big things. A Connection TV. Check out, well, it's Adopted Connection TV. Check out their YouTube channel. Drama Dupree.
Nunu, right?
Nunu.
London. You said London.
He might come. I don't know. Lionel Williams at 3LW TV.
Oh, by the way, I'm still waiting for that interview.
With Lionel?
Yes.
Mr.
Larry King. And you know that's between me and you, that King part. And I don't want anybody else calling him Larry King because he knows what I'm talking about.
And who else? And Sweet Addictions TV.
Because they're hosting it, right?
Yeah, they're and Quadir. And I don't know, but Joe Work is also supposed to be there.
That
so
be a nice
we are all going to have a nice time. It's going to be food. Now you got to pay for some of the food, you know. But, you know, it's still going to be a good time because, and some of that money is also, well, the money is going to be going to, charity. So, come on out, have a good time. We have to talk about it. Like, we all haven't sat down and talked about anything. We haven't had a Skype conference, email, anything. So, you know, we got 5 weeks to get it together. But we will be in Atlanta Labor Day weekend, and it's going down that Sunday. I'm not sure if it's going to be at Grant Park, but I really hope it's at Piedmont Park, where everybody will be at that Sunday afternoon. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. So come on out to Atlanta for the sweet and greet. And
wait, I think the both of us want to give a very special shout out to Ashley One Dollface. Okay, because
I forgot about that.
She made the Team Mikkel and Team Scorpion videos for us, and let me tell you something. My video got me so teary-eyed that I had to control myself because I was at work when I saw it. When I tell you that she put those videos so well together, I was just like, what? Like, how did she even think to find certain clips? Like, she did such a good job. And the ending part of my video, when I'm doing Crazy in Love, and then at the end where it said, "We ain't done yet," I was like, yeah! Wait, I let my sister watch it yesterday, and my sister was smiling from cheek to cheek. But then when that part came up, when it was like, "We ain't done yet," my sister was like, "Oh my God, I love this." It was just so decent. And for those, can I just say this? There were so many of y'all saying, "Oh, Scorpion, that was so nice of you to do that." I was like, he did not make that video.
And I wasn't boasting around like I did it.
Yeah, that's why I understand. But wait a minute, I didn't understand because it didn't even say the Scorpion. It wasn't even under the Scorpion Show's YouTube channel.
Why are you so fucking jealous? Do I dress you like that? Who told you to walk off?
All right. Before the drama starts in this household,
because you know I don't live here.
Rate, comment, and subscribe. Again, we're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We're still at 14,000. Mikhail, we're trying to hit 20,000. Please tell all your friends. August 16th is our 1-year anniversary on YouTube. So please tell everybody about that show. And I want to, it's so much. I just got to end this video. We'll talk to y'all soon.
You know better. You knew you
Oh, wait. I heard that peace this way means F you. So I want to say peace this way to all the London fans.